Sticking with politics, but we're heading down the road to Virginia. Former Governor Terry McAuliffe is hoping to get a big boost in the Virginia governor's race when Vice President Kamala Harris heads to the state tonight. Harris is the latest top Democrat to campaign for McAuliffe. First Lady Jill Biden and Stacey Abrams have already stumped for the former governor. And former President Obama is slated to go to Virginia this weekend. So for more on this, I want to bring in Julia Manchester. She's a reporter at The Hill. And Julia, we're kind of watching this race particularly closely because, many see it as a bellwether or sort of an indication of things to come, challenges that Democrats may face down the road when we look at the midterms. So we've got the Vice President Kamala Harris going to Virginia, former President Barack Obama campaigning. That's a pretty big deal. What can we expect from those events?
Well, from those events, Anne-Marie, we are going to expect both of these figures, Kamala Harris and Barack Obama, to tell voters to not boo, go vote. Right now, when you look at polls, and there was a Monmouth University poll that was released yesterday, you see the GOP and Democratic enthusiasm gap in Virginia just completely separated. Republicans are really fired up in the state, and you see that Democrats don't seem to be as enthusiastic in the state. Now, it's interesting because Virginia Democrats should have a mathematical advantage over Republicans in the state. There are simply more Democratic-leaning voters in Virginia. The problem here, though, is that they're not enthusiastic and that Republicans in Virginia are enthusiastic. So right now, this is a get out and vote effort from Democrats. And yesterday, you saw former President Obama is releasing an ad in Virginia. He is pushing voters to get out and vote early or on election day. So right now, this is really a turnout game.
So you talk about the lack of enthusiasm among Democrats. And so you've got all these heavy hitters, these Democratic heavy hitters coming out for McAuliffe. But for Youngkin, the Republican nominee, Glenn Youngkin, he doesn't have that option. Early on, he tried to sort of align himself with Donald Trump, learned very quickly that probably he shouldn't do that, even though he's been repeatedly endorsed by the former president. And so he's just out there on his own. But in that time, the lead that McAuliffe had has, started to disappear. And now it's sort of a dead heat. I'm wondering if this is a bit of a warning sign for the Democratic Party that, you're going to have to figure out a way to fire up people. Because even in a situation like this, where the race is kind of close, Democrats still don't seem to be fired up.
Right, absolutely. And the problem Youngkin has is that Donald Trump, who has endorsed Glenn Youngkin in this race, is very unpopular in Virginia. He lost that state twice, in 2016 and in 2020. And it's notable that Donald Trump and Glenn Youngkin have not technically gone out on the road and campaigned together. And Glenn Youngkin has seemed to really take a bit of an arm's length from the former president. However, recent polling also shows that President Biden is not exactly very popular in Virginia either. Earlier in the year in July, Terry McAuliffe held a big get out the vote rally with President Biden in Arlington. The energy was very palpable there. And, clearly Biden was trying to very much tie him and McAuliffe to the Build Back Better agenda, the American Rescue Package, and so on. However, recent polls, and Terry McAuliffe did admit this, show that Biden is falling behind a bit in Virginia. And, one thing I'm going to be watching for over the next couple of days, Anne-Marie, is whether Biden comes back to Virginia. Nancy Cordes said this in the segment before. He's going to be leaving for Europe on Monday or Tuesday. So I don't know exactly how much time he has to come back to Virginia and campaign with Terry McAuliffe. But Terry McAuliffe has said multiple times that Biden will be back on the campaign trail in Virginia. So a lot of us that are watching this race in Virginia are also very much paying attention to that White House schedule as well.
Interesting. So here's the thing. Virginia voters can surprise you, though, at times. In 2017, polling showed a very tight race between Ralph Northam and Ed Gillespie leading up to Election Day. Northam ended up winning the race by nearly 9 points. It's a bit of a curveball. Could we see something like that this time around?
It's possible. And it was interesting. I tweeted out that Monmouth poll that showed Youngkin and McAuliffe tied at 46%. And immediately, a Democratic source texted me and said, hey, on October 17th, 2017, Ed Gillespie was actually leading Ralph Northam by roughly a point in a Monmouth poll released then. So I think Democrats are very much tying themselves to this strategy of, look, once you get figures like Kamala Harris, like Barack Obama out there, you will start to see the enthusiasm grow. Another thing, Anne-Marie, that I've been noticing lately is Terry McAuliffe has actually been doing quite a bit of national media lately. Now, he's made himself pretty accessible to the press throughout this campaign, but you're really starting to see him regularly on national networks like CNN, like MSNBC. And I think that's really in an effort to try to target particularly voters in Richmond and Northern Virginia that are very tuned in to this political world, that are saying, oh, yes, this is an off year. There is a major election happening in Virginia. Maybe it's time to go out and vote if I'm in Northern Virginia or a Richmond voter or Virginia voter in general.
Well, like I said, it's a race that we're going to be watching all the way up to Election Day. We may be checking in with you again, Julia. So thank you, Julia Manchester.
Thank you.
Red and Blue will have live coverage on election night. Elaine Keano and our team of correspondents will be monitoring the latest developments and provide analysis on the key races. You can stream that starting at 5 p.m. Eastern on November 2nd, right here on CBSN.